Have you ever replayed a conversation in your head, again and again? Something small someone said suddenly feels huge, and you just can't shake it. You find yourself overthinking at night, in the quiet moments. And sometimes, you even overthink people. It's like your mind is stuck on a loop, making small worries feel like giant problems. Today, we're diving deep into the psychology of overthinking. We'll explore why our brains get caught in this cycle, what it really means for our mental well-being, and how it impacts our everyday lives. By understanding the why behind it, we can start to find ways to quiet the noise and regain our peace of mind. So, if you've ever felt trapped by your own thoughts, this is for you. Let's get started. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Ever feel like your brain is a broken record, playing the same worry over and over? That's overthinking. It's not just thinking a lot. It's when your mind gets stuck in a loop, replaying a situation without ever finding a solution. It's that voice in your head constantly asking, what if? Why did that happen? What did they really mean by that? Instead of moving forward, you just keep spinning in circles. This mental hamster wheel is exhausting, and when emotions get involved, the loop just gets tighter and harder to break. It feels like you're trapped in your own head, analyzing every tiny detail, but never actually solving anything. But recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking free. We'll talk more about how to do that. Stick around and let's figure it out together. Ever noticed how the quiet of the night can make your thoughts feel so loud? It's like your brain finally gets the space to unpack everything you pushed aside during the busy day. Distractions fade, and all those unexpressed feelings and worries come to the surface. That's why your mind can feel so heavy, even when your body is exhausted and ready for rest. I remember this one Saturday night, sitting in my quiet little bakery. The day had been a flop. Barely anyone came by. As the streetlights hummed outside, every doubt I had about my dream started screaming in my head. But then my phone buzzed. It was a picture from Mrs. Gable, my first ever customer, of the birthday cake I made for her grandson. The caption read, "You made his whole year." Suddenly the noise in my head went quiet. It wasn't about the sales or the failures. It was about that one smile. Sometimes, all it takes is one small moment of gratitude to chase away the shadows. So as you head into this week, remember to look for your Mrs. Gable moment. It's there, I promise. Have a wonderful week. The old wooden bench by the lake creaked a familiar tune. I was there again, phone in hand, rereading every single message. Did that period at the end mean they were mad? Why did they use that emoji? My mind was a racetrack of what ifs. It's funny, I used to think overthinking was a sign that I didn't trust the other person. But sitting there, watching the ducks glide so effortlessly, I realized it wasn't about trust at all. It was about how much I cared. The fear wasn't about being rejected. It was about losing a connection that mattered so much. It's a fear of emotional loss. So, if your mind runs a little wild sometimes, remember it's probably because your heart is invested. You're not crazy, you just care deeply. Let's try to be a little kinder to our overthinking minds this week. Thanks for watching, and take care. In our little town, there's a baker named Clara. For weeks, her mind was a storm of worries. What if the bread didn't rise? What if no one liked her new recipe? Her thoughts spiraled, leaving her exhausted and full of doubt. One morning, after another sleepless night, she found a small, hand-painted rock on her doorstep. It just said, "Your cinnamon rolls make my day." Suddenly, the noise in her head quieted. She hadn't thought about the simple joy her baking brought to others. She was just stuck on what could go wrong. That tiny act of kindness shifted everything. She decided to focus on the warmth of her oven, the smell of fresh bread, and the smiles of her customers. Sometimes we get lost in our own heads, but look for the small joys, the little kindnesses. They're the anchors that keep you steady. Have a wonderful and peaceful week ahead. The old town square was quiet, but my mind was screaming. What if I failed? What if I'm not good enough? The weight of 1,000 what-ifs was crushing me. Then, a small, wrinkled hand offered me a warm bun. It was Mrs. Chen from the bakery. She just smiled and said, "Looks like you could use this." Her simple kindness broke through my storm. I sat down, took a deep breath, and focused on the warmth of the bun, the taste of the cinnamon. I couldn't control the future, but I could control this moment. I took out a small notepad and wrote, "Today, I was shown kindness." It wasn't a solution, but it was a start. It was a reminder to focus on the what is, the warmth, the taste, the quiet hum of the town. So as you start your week, remember that even in uncertainty, there is goodness. Ground yourself in the now and let kindness be your anchor. Have a wonderful week. In our little town, there's a baker named Elias. For weeks, a single failed batch of sourdough haunted him. He'd lie awake, replaying every step, his mind a storm of self-doubt. His thoughts screamed, "You're a failure!" One rainy Tuesday, Mrs. Gable, a regular, came in. She didn't want bread. She just handed him a small, potted sunflower. "This reminded me of you," she said, "always trying to bring a little sunshine to our mornings." Elias looked at the tiny flower, then at his own reflection in the window. He realized his thoughts were just echoes in an empty room, not the truth. The truth was in the smiles of his customers, in the warmth of his ovens. He wasn't fighting a battle. He was just listening to the wrong voice. This week, remember to listen for the kindness around you. Let it be the voice that guides you. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Thanks for watching. Every Sunday, old Mr. Henderson would sit on the same park bench, staring at the empty space beside him where his wife, Clara, used to sit. The town felt quieter, the colors a little duller since she'd been gone. He'd traced the heart they carved into the wood years ago, his mind a storm of lonely what-ifs. One afternoon, a little girl with bright red boots stopped in front of him. She held out a handful of slightly crumpled dandelions. "These are for you," she whispered, "so you won't feel so cloudy." Mr. Henderson looked at the sunny weeds, then at her hopeful smile. For the first time in months, a real warmth spread through his chest. He realized the world hadn't lost its color. He had just stopped looking for it. Kindness was still there, in the grip of a small hand and a gift of dandelions. If this video made you feel understood, you're not alone. Subscribe for more psychology explained simply, and comment below. Do you overthink too?